Hey guys, we've got another project to do, and it's coming in on the flatbed right now. Ah, got you this time, Stepney.
Got you this time, Stepney. You'll make very fine
restoration.
Indeed. Buffering Bert.
Thank you, Splatter. You can go now. You didn't see that. Good Lord, Stepney, you look like you walked into the tumble dryer and then you came back out looking like this. Well, I mean, at least it knocked off a few quid. I mean, I guess in this condition you are sort of worth 70 quid, possibly. I would have rather paid 40, like that previous person. Oh well, I gave him a profit, I suppose. But how are we going to repair you? Well, we shall use the carcass of one of your dead siblings. And the good thing is, if I want to, I could just put a smoke box door over your face as well. If I need to. Excuse me, do you like bluebells?
Fuck no, baby!
Got you this time, Stepney.
Oh.
Right, so before we start work on Stepney, I'm going to take the body off. I'm going to give it a bath. And we're going to work on the chassis first, I think. I think we're going to change out these couplings, because these are not the original Hornby ones. I think these must be the drop-in dapole ones, because these hooks are much shorter. And they're very stiff, and they don't want to work properly, you know? So we'll give the chassis a service. Give the body a bath. And then we could start jipping some bits off of this scrap body. And then Stepney could start running again. Yippee! Right, I've given Stepney's body a wash, so now we're going to have a look at the chassis. And I will show you how I service stuff. So, the wheels are looking a bit grubby. It's got no lubrication. Or it had lubrication, it's all dried up. And, yeah, we're going to give it a decent enough deep clean for it to run better. So, I've got a selection of oils. I've got some Woodland Scenics Hobby Lube ultralight oil. I found this a while ago. And we've got some just normal, I think, it's like bootleg 3-in-1 oil. This stuff I found at like the local pound shop. We don't have Poundland anymore, that closed down, unfortunately, because of greedy landlords, but yeah, you know how it goes. I would recommend using sewing machine oil from what I heard. It doesn't attack plastics as much, but I haven't had any problems with this cheap oil, and I think it's more cleaner than the 3-in-1 oil I have. So we're going to use some silicone grease as well. I used to use this, like, I think it was Lucas branded. Here's what I used, people. This was my old grease. I found this on eBay for like 7 quid, and I thought, oh, hell yeah. Quantity over quality, am I right? I thought this stuff would be good, but it just seems to dehydrate itself after like a week of being applied. It's more like toothpaste, really, than grease. Not even toothpaste, man. It's like it's crap. It's actually crap. I think the only thing that's good for is probably the bicycle, and even then it's not even that good. It's rubbish. It's not made for model trains. It's more like gears. You can use it to build houses. And you can use it to build cars as well. That's so cool. And this stuff has just been much better. So I've got a tube of it. And literally I've got a big goddamn like grease pot full of it. So if I need a refill, I can't even see it. There we are. I've got a big tub of it. Like, look at this. I could dip my hand in there. But yeah, we're going to give us a deep clean. We're going to use some isopropyl alcohol. This is what you use for well, cleaning your electrical components like your wheel treads and the motor sometimes. We're also going to use contact cleaner. I think you might already know most of these materials from 00 Bill, if you even watch his channel. Most likely you do. This is just the same as the IPA, but it comes in an aerosol can, so it gives us a bit. So when you spray it, it gets all the gunk out of, like, you know, the gearing and the motor, rather than me faffing around mopping it up with a cotton bud in the IPA, because that takes too long, and it's just. This gets into places better than a cotton bud, pretty much. So we're gonna adjust the camera first. I'm gonna try and. Sorry for the crappy quality. This phone camera isn't the best. We're going to take the chassis apart. I've changed the couplings out for better ones. They're the same, but the hooks are different. So we're going to take the keeper plate off. So there's your internals. Sorry. These old Dapol, ex-Dapol Hornby, even now ex-Hornby even, because they don't sell these anymore, I don't think, now that the new Terriers have come out. Unless they introduce them to the railroad range, which I'm sort of waiting on and expecting a really garbage livery to come out of them. But yeah, these don't have bearings, but they've got slow gearing for shunting. So Stepney can run really well. Right, we're going to give it a little clean, take the wheels out, these are plunger pickups, I believe. These push into the body rather than the wiper pickups like on the rear here. We're going to give off all this hair and fluff a dust off with a cotton bud even. Going to clean these wheels, and yeah. Oh, I should also mention, you want a dusting, like a makeup brush for dusting stuff. But if it's a bit stubborn, use a toothbrush. That's also good for getting dust out. Right, so that's the wheels cleaned, and as you could tell, that was a bit of a faff. I think it might be obvious to say, but... Oi, come on, camera. It might be obvious to say, you don't need to take the wheels out of the chassis to clean them. You usually can just run the motor with the wheels in, and if it's got enough torque and grunt, you should be able to just clean the wheels with this. I should say this, actually, because I mentioned this in my collection video about fiberglass pencils. They're good for cleaning, but I only recommend them really on Triang stuff with like steel wheels. They're very tough, and you don't have to worry about any nickel plating to wear off. Because as you can see on these wheels, the brass is coming through. And actually, I've just noticed behind these coupling rods, they are brass. Like, I thought the whole thing was painted red, but no, it's just the fronts are painted red. Like, look there. There's brass, and then that's red. Badoing. So, what am I doing now? Need to give this chassis a bit of an oil. And put everything back together, of course. I don't think I even needed the contact cleaner. We're all good. No, I lied. Got to give the gears a little squirt. Right, and we chuck it all back together, make sure the coupling rods are the right way around. he's getting there. While out of focus. Oh, yeah. So with the chassis all working hunky-dory, let's take a look at the body. It used to be a very heavily weathered version of Freshwater, I believe, number 2. But I scratched off all of the southern markings and I wanted to make a debranded, like, contractor's engine. That didn't work out because I didn't like the look of it, so I sort of left it. Then I got another Terrier, being Martello, when she was in LBSC Brown. She used to have a different chassis. This is the Hornby one that came from this Terrier, but she had her original Dapple one given to this guy, which I still need to figure out a livery for. I don't know if I want to do Great Eastern Blue or like Midland and Great Northern, like Pooh Brown or something. Curry Brown even, I don't know. Just a livery of some sort. But yeah, I still haven't decided, and I want to paint this before the Akira Scale buck jumper comes. And I'm still waiting on mine. Where is it? But yeah, there's Martello. And this guy has no wheels, so he's opted himself to be a parts donor. How kind of you. So let's have a look at what we need on Stepney. Apart from the buffer beams, because I've already fitted those, because I was very eager. But yeah, they're just a push-in fit after yanking them off here. What do we need? So we need a chimney, of course. Safety valves. We can get those from here. This pipe. I don't know what the name of this is, unfortunately. This pipe condenser, maybe? I don't know. I haven't really asked. And the two, like, nipples on the tanks. I have no idea what these are called. Are these, like, condensing pipe tank nipple things? I don't know. Again, I have not Googled anything. I'm just guessing. My version of Stepney, I know Stepney isn't a vacuum brake. No, air braked even. So he hasn't got a Westinghouse pump. But because Hornby's already stuck one on there, I think I'm just going to go and give Stepney a air braking capabilities, I guess. I don't know. So we got some, I don't know what brand these are. I've just got these. Some vacuum and air brake pipes. We're going to stick on the front. Stepney also needs a coal load. Someone has gypped his coal load, which looks like this. But that's no matter, because I've also got the typical Dapple / Hornby Terrier detail pack, which you might get whenever you buy one of these old Hornby Terriers. They come with like condensing pipes. I've said the word condensing so many times in this recording already. Extra safety valves or something. A dome. And extended coal bunker rails, which I will get those out of the bag now. This is the part we need. So we're going to stick it on Stepney there. And hey presto, he looks like, what's this guy's name? Fenchurch or something? Yeah. So there we are, I need to glue this in, clearly. Because as soon as I take it off, it flies off. I take my... Whatever. I'm yapping. So, let's gyp some bits. We're going to cut the bits off of this Terrier body off camera. And then we're going to glue it to Stepney. Oh, we also need steps as well. Otherwise, this is just, you know... knee. I'm so funny, aren't I? Yeah, okay. Let's start scrapping bits off of this poor Terrier, and we're going to donate them to Stepney, and then I'll show you a time-lapse of me gluing them on. Yippee! I should have also mentioned, with the chimney, I've put a bit of like metal rod in there because I was worried if I just left the chimney as is, one day it'll get flicked off and it'll break off, so something a bit sturdy to hold the chimney to the smoke box, I think is needed. We're going to do the same thing with the steps. We're going to put like a little block of plastic behind them before we glue them on. Just so whenever I'm handling him, I don't accidentally knock the steps off again. Yeah, right, enough waffling. Let's rebuild Stepney. Right, so that's one step down, and I've just realised it doesn't clear the coupling rods. I had a good idea and it didn't bloody work. I think I've made the pieces too long. So, actually no, let's run it with the battery and see what happens. Does it clip? Ooh, just about. It just almost clips the support bracket for the back of these steps. I'll give them a trim anyway when I'm done gluing. But yeah, that's just something to keep an eye on when you're doing repairs like this. You've got to make sure everything is aligned and it's got the right clearance. So as you saw earlier, I was lining it up with the cab to make sure that the steps actually line up with the doorway. And also, I've just tested now, just to make sure the con rods don't clip into the sides of the steps. So, let's do the other one. And then there was trouble. Shit. Oh, shit. Fuck. Oh, no. Fuck. Well, if you couldn't tell from that last cut, I'm completely fucked off now. I somehow got a big thumbprint of super glue on the side of the tanks, right over the lettering and this side here. I'm very fucked off about that because I'm trying to restore a rare model and slightly customize it, and then I fucking put a big super glue thumbprint on the printed bit. Like, look, you could see, this is the best I can get it. Oh, fuck, I'm getting angry now. This is the best I could get off with a bit of acetone and a cotton bud, but it's took off the printing as well. So some of the printing on the name is come off, and the lining on the underneath has come off as well, so I've got to redo that. Oh my god, I'm a bit annoyed, I am. I think I'm going to take a little break, and I'll carry on in a minute. Right, I've had a chill out. I've been watching some Tales from the Tracks. It's a good fan series. You should watch it. Hit era styled Thomas shows are underrated. But here's Stepney so far. I've changed my mind about having the Westinghouse pump, so I've taken that off. I'm going to paint over the holes I filled. He's got the vacuum brake pipe, some Bachmann lamps, and yeah, I'm just going to start painting. So next time you see Stepney, he will be all painted, and we will see what livery I decide. Or, well, what style of livery I should say. So, back in a tick. I'm just about to paint the face, but I've just realised Stepney's face is technically painted wrong. Look at the teeth. It looks like he's got big gnashers, like he's got an overbite. Do you see that? That bottom part of the mouth is meant to be a black void. The top part is the actual teeth. And this is just another common case of, you know, Hornby having really good face moulds, but painting them incorrectly. And also, why is his pupil so big? He's so, like, fucking, like, you know, so kawaii desu. Like, fucking... You know? Right, I'm going to paint the mouth. At the desk, Percy, Thomas, Bert, Harry, Diesel, Rusty, Caroline and Skibbity Toilet had all come to see Stepney puff out of the works. And there we are, guys. That is Stepney restored. See, this is the problem with me trying to make restoration videos. Because one, I can barely film them correctly, and because my fat hands get in the way. And two, I can't even call it restoration because it ends up being a customization. I guess technically I restored the cosmetics, but then I've also customized him. Again, I probably could have just bought, you know, a Dapol one. The old Dapol Stepney, which has the more correct colours. Because in real life, Stepney isn't this, like, sandy yellow. But I'm just happy to see Stepney with red frames. I always liked that version of Stepney. He just looks so much better. He's got crew fitted. I've removed the Westinghouse pump poorly. I will have to go over that again at some point if I can be bothered. It looks worse in person. No, it looks not as bad in person, I meant to say. I've painted in the mouth. You can sort of see the teeth, but from the angle I'm looking at, he just looks like he's like, you're right, Thomas. The manager pulled out all my teeth, so I'm gammy. I cannot talk properly. In it, like, I need dentures. That's what he looks like, you know? He has no teeth. But he looks much better than how he did before, I think. So it's just nice to restore an old model like this, especially well, I can't keep going off of eBay prices, but 300 quid for a Hornby Stepney, that's not even like the real life Stepney. Welcome to the fleet, Stepney. Yippee! I'm over here stroking my dick. I've got a lotion on my dick. I'm horny as fuck, man. I'm a freak, man. What the Sigma? Percy, have you got any idea when Numpty Pootus will stop saying what the Sigma? Probably like, next week, yeah.